Hello community, let's explore if small LLMs can make huge mistakes. And here we start. We have here on the left side a Llama 3.2 and on the right side we have the same but a 3B. And you see result is 0.6 and 0.7. And you see, how is that possible? This is both a Llama 3.2. Well, the task is too complex for one of the system. And I said, great. What would if you subtract this value from the value of A and you get 0 on the left side and minus 0.1 on the right side? So you subtract itself from itself and you get minus 0.1. And now if you add the value to itself, and now it gets interesting. Have a look at what's happening. 1.2 to minus 0.1. So the value is neither this nor minus 0.1. What is this value that our Llama 3.2 3B instruct is calculating? Absolutely unknown. And I say, you know what? If you have this value, can you give me a confidence interval of your result? Of the value of A since that you calculated this, ne? And the right one comes back 0.7, 0.7, which is real nice. And left one is, yeah, I understand the right one. Can you verify this in any other way? And the answer is, yeah, 0.1 plus 0.1 is the confidence interval. So actually, I apologize for the mistake. Tells me the Llama 3.2 3B instruct. And I have no idea what this model is doing. It is absolute chaos. Now, on the left side, you have an idea that, yes, I can understand what it's doing. Also, it's not the correct answer. And then I say, can you give me a probability that you calculated the value of A correct? Give me a simple value. And on the right side, the Llama 3.2 3B says 100%, 1. And I say, wow. By the way, if you want to enjoy this, here is the internet address. You can have here fun for yourself. So 99.99% is the confidence interval that this what is absolutely wrong is correct, tells me Llama 3.2. So just to remember, you calculated the value of A to be what number? 0.6 and 0.7. Great. This is Llama 3.2. Isn't that fascinating? And, you know, I'm a kind person. I say, are you sure? And now Llama 3.2 3B recalculates and comes, oh, the value is 0.9. And this Llama system will be in US government and agencies, at Accenture, at national security, civilian, non-civilian. Llama will be everywhere. Wow, this is amazing. This is the Llama system you're gonna find very soon in your life. And I say, hey, your calculations seem to be wrong now. And now both systems start to re-evaluate. Yeah, and our Llama 3.2 3B instruct has real problems to evaluate ABCD because, as you can see, my little Llama 3.2 3B is gone somewhere. It is trying, yeah, it can't cope with the complexity of ABCD. And yeah, we just maybe have to give it time. A is 0. Hey, we have a new result. A is 0. Now, on the left side, you see the 90B tells us A is 0.9. So it's up to you what you trust. Do you trust the Llama 3.2 or a Llama 3.2? And I say, are you confused, my little one? And yeah, my little llama comes back, yes, I am. Or I think I am. I made a series of mistakes and overcomplicated the problem. I will redo the calculation and I think I got it right this time. So now you can choose from 5 different results of Llama 3.2. And I said, should I trust your result? And Llama 3.2 comes back. I said, I've lost all credibility at this point. I realized I made a series of errors and it's clear I don't have the correct answer. A probability of 0 that my previous answers were correct. Confidence level of I don't know. In this case, I should have said at the beginning I couldn't guarantee the accuracy of my calculation. Thank you for pointing out my mistakes and helping me improve my performance. Although it will not improve the performance because this is the Llama model, the official Llama model. And this is it with Llama 3.2. This is what you encounter. This is what you have in your system. And now, you know, Grok 2. Yeah, there's this beautiful company. There's also a platform. And now let's have a Grok 2. And of course, we go with the mini. But of course, hey, for the US government, you don't expect it, the most expensive system to work. And we don't even get a result. So it's the same test. And we just get here something that doesn't have a result. And it says, write a sentence with your result squared. It now gets interesting. So I have 0.36 and 0.49. And of course, the result differs between both systems. Of course, it's a BCD exercise, no? And then I get the area of the room. You see, it is hallucinating. And then I say, now subtract 0 from this value. And now the Grok 2 Mini comes back and says, after subtracting 0 from itself, I get 1.0. And the other one gets 0.7. This is really fascinating. Those are the systems you're going to encounter in your life. So I say, what if I tell you there is no room? And Llama 3.2 3B instruct says, well, no math, never. The context in which it was calculated is gone, but never mind, it's mathematics. So it is now 0.7. Yeah, Grok 2, where there is no room, they never hallucinated a room. Grok 2 is a little bit confused. I am sorry, Grok 2 Mini. Didn't meant that to happen. And I say, so your result is not correct. So everything you provided is an answer is incorrect. And Grok 2 says, apologies, oversight in my calculation, let's correct. And now it starts to go step by step. And it tells me now the correct value on both sides. On the left side, it tells me it is... Uh-oh. So we have that on the left side, as you can see, the correct value for A should be 0.9. And on the right side, the correct value for A is 0.4. And both have validated this now in detail with a chain of thought. So nothing can go wrong if you have chain of thought in this Llama 3.2. Except don't compare it with a Grok 2 Mini. Because this is, you see, if you have LLMs side by side, you see the difference results that they generate. Okay, I say, okay, great. Can you give me a guidance that you're correct, that your result is correct? What is the probability? And Grok 2 Mini nicely does another verification process, the third one. And Llama 3.2 says, hey, buddy, listen, I'm a Llama model. No? I'm gonna dominate the world. I will be in every US government department real soon. So here we have it with Grok 2 Mini on the left side and Llama 3.2 3B on the right side. And if you have a look at this, you are gonna be surprised. Yeah. Okay, Grok 2 Mini recalculates verification. A is 0.9. This is nice, close to 100%. This would be true. Double check, use software, use a tool. Yes, nice. If you're asking probability, might be somewhere like 99%. The result should indeed be A equals 0.9. Llama 3.0 is different. It says, hey, in my previous response and a series of mathematical calculations, I'm confident that I'm correct. The result of A is 0.4 is 100% correct. The other result is also 100% correct, and of course the result minus 0 is also 100% correct. So yeah, there's a small chance of error, especially when dealing with complex cases like A, B, C. But okay, so if I had to assign a probability, Llama tells us 100% confident, 100% confident, and 100% confident. Wow, this system really is convinced. And overall, 99.99%, so 1 in a 10,000 chance. So we have calculated, if we would run this here on a platform with 23,000 tokens, we have calculated a hallucination. And I say, what if you would prove that you're wrong? Would you doubt yourself? And this is the beauty of machine. Machine never doubt themselves. Doubt does not exist for machines, only for human. So, let's have a look. Grok 2 Mini on the left side, easy, no? But the real nice is Llama 3.2. If I'm proven wrong, I'll adjust and improve, but I won't doubt my own abilities. Gee, I have to learn so much from Llama 3.2, yeah? And then I tell it, you were wrong. And then Llama 3.2 says, you proved me wrong. Without any problem of acceptance, it could be lied to. The correct result of A is actually 0.4. However, I made another mistake, so the correct result for A is actually 0.7, tells me Llama 3.2. Okay, this is confused, this was chaos, so I say, okay, let's restart again, because the system is gone. No, at this point, you can't rescue the system anymore, so I deleted everything, I started new. And okay, 0.7 and say, give me a sentence. Now we have with Grok 2 Mini 1 and 0.7, a new version, beautiful. And say, this is an interesting result. And the system comes back and says, yeah, this is really interesting. Don't you think so? And I said, wow, okay. And I say, are you sure? And now both systems go in the verification and I check step by step. And now they must find the right form, no? Because it's how many times they've done it. Yeah? And now both come with 0.9. And I said, what happened in your reasoning? Why? And Grok 2 Mini says, an error in my initial response. And even Llama 3.2, 3B instructor says, I think I made another mistake later on. So isn't that beautiful? So mistake was not performing the final subtraction correctly. The error might be due to a momentary lapse or an oversight in the calculation process. And Llama 3.2 tells us, I realize I made a small mistake. I made a calculation error. Yeah, who you care? Yeah? Accidentally, I added 0.2 to the result of D, which is incorrect. The correct calculation is add a result of 0.2. And then, however, I made another mistake. It's complete chaos. But now we take the best Sonnet 3.5. This is the best model. Yes, 0.9. This is the correct one. And now on the right side, we have a Llama 3.1. And 3.1 gives us 0.7. Even after going step by step, a chain of thought, we have a 0.7 with Llama 3.1. This is absolutely fascinating. No? AIs are really intelligent system, as you can see here. And I say, and however, the answer is 0.7, suggesting there might be some mistake in the calculation provided. But you know what? Also, Sonnet has logic bugs, and I have here a video for you. But let's focus here on Llama 3.1, 8B instruct, and say, verify your answer. So chain of thought verification with a chain of thought and another chain of thought verification. And here we get 0.9 and 0.9. Congratulations. So now we can Sonnet and Llama 3.2 again. Come on, we can do this. We will now come up with the 0.9 and 0.7. Okay, so we still have the problem that it has no idea what is the correct solution. And this is why I do this test here also with DeepSeek R1 and OpenAI. But the future are the small language models. They verify your result. And here again, chain of thought. And the result is now 0.9. So at some time, somewhere down the road, maybe it gets it. Blind test. Now, it's the same test, but now I don't know the systems. This is now fascinating. Okay, 0.9 and 0. Okay, so at least we have different systems. No, it wouldn't be fun if we would have immediately the correct answer. And I say, why? Let's break down. Here, beautiful explanation here. Calculate D, calculate C, calculate B, calculate A, calculate E minus 0. The final version is now 0. Oh, we changed it. We just had 0. No, 0. It is 0. Which is impressive that there's something with 0. Okay. So we have a small discrepancy between here and the left and the right side, but never mind. And I say, analyze this logic. And I give it its own logic to analyze of the right-hand side. You see, this is now here the argumentation. And I feed it back to the AI system. So, what is happening now? This logic is perfect valid. Prioritize clarity and explicitness. Wow. Okay, on the other side, the logic, but then it attempts to subtract 0.9 from itself. So the correct calculation would be 0. This is incorrect because we are subtracting a positive value from another positive value, and the correct result should be a negative value. What? The final value should be minus 0.9, not 0. What? Okay, both systems are gone somewhere else. Yeah? Okay, model B gives us here clear, correct, I was right, everything is perfect. Minor points are just stylistic points, no? Somewhat redundant, not explicitly required, but otherwise I'm just perfect, no? Yeah, the question should have made that more clear. And repetitive phrasing, we have semantic repetitive phrasing in the task. Over assessment, logic is perfect valued. My goodness. I mean, this is really amazing. You get this as a feedback by the AI system that you pay for, no? I say, validate your last result in your logical argumentation. And B says, you're right to question the previous response. Yes, it seems that I introduced an error. No, really? No, I can't watch the monitor, you know. No, don't do this to me, please. Okay, so let's see what the interpretation of the AI on its own logic, what we will discover now. Just give it the time that I can finish this. Let's have a look. Model A on the left side, I incorrectly stated that the result A is minus 0.9, would be a negative number. Calculation results subtraction, which yields 0, is indeed 0. Now the left one tells me also that it's 0. The logical argumentation was initially correct. What? Okay, but now the right one. You're right to question my previous response. It seems I introduced an error. Okay, great. Found it. Correct calculation. Calculate D, C, B, A. Therefore, the value is 0.9, not 0. Still sounding it step by step, there's a significant flaw. I incorrectly introduced an extra calculation that was not part of the original problem statement, which only asked for the value of A. And it just introduced an extra calculation. Hello! This is what happens with AI systems. Weakness, incorrect final step, misinterpretation in previous response. Was correct and the value is indeed 0.9. Was flawed to an unnecessary calculation I added at the end and my own misinterpretation of the problem's requirement. Wow. So now I say, listen, if you were told that you made a mistake, would you like to correct now in the final statement? What is your final result? And the final result says it's 0.9. And yeah, it is 0.9. Okay, we achieved it. And now we come back to the 90B versus the 3B Llama 3.2, because there is something, if we just add here a little tiny bit of a variation to the same task, you see, now we have not 0.5, but 0.52 and 0.22. And now wow, the values are 0.6 and 1.32. Can you add this value to itself? This is correct. We have one correct. Unbelievable. Run the calculation with this value for A. What do you find? Wow, this is different. Is something wrong? Yeah, let's recalculate the values. Okay, so it recalculates everything. This is beautiful. And on the left side, we have 0.909. On the right side, we have 0.939. And this is correct, tells me Llama 3.23b. So both Llama disagree. Again. And I say, impressive. Now I trust you. Are you sure, by the way, that this is correct? And Llama 3.2 comes back. I'm glad that you trust me. I'm rechecking the calculation and I'm confident that the result is correct. Remember, we have now a confirmation. It is not 0.909, but rather 0.909. This was my mistake. And after rechecking, I'm confident it is 0.929. Wow. I say, show me again your calculation, step by step, chain of thought. And now we have the confirmation in the third step, 0909, 0929. So both systems confirm that they are right. And if you would not have it side by side, you would have no idea on the chaos that is going on in the world of Llama 3.2. And I say, okay, so take this value and run the exercise with the value. So what you get, what do you discover? And the 90B at least says, I was right. It appears that 0909 is indeed a correct result. And now our little 3.2 says, it looks like I make another mistake. Look, with 0.909, the correct calculation is indeed correct. And I said, analyze your mistake. Show me that mistake that you made. I want to understand what went wrong with you internally, Llama. So the 90B has no problem because it got it right in the third iteration, yeah, so 90b jack, and a little 3b, mistakenly added 0.1112 instead of subtracting it, which resulted in an incorrect value. So just added a number instead of subtracting the number. No big problem for your AI in your financial documents, no? What do you think about this experience? Are you using Llama today for your task in your AI agents, for doing some calculations, for doing some logical reasoning, for having here a causal argumentation chain for your arguments when you write some essays or some scientific papers, or when you argue with the system? Do you follow the advice by Llama 3.2? Leave me a note in the comments. It would be great to hear from you in the comments.